Welcome back, everybody. Better tech tips. Did you know that there's been a huge resurgence of email blackmail scams? And they threaten to expose you?
I know that we get a lot of scams here from our emails, but here with how we can protect ourselves is Stan Prager from GoGeeks. Thanks for joining us. We're good today. A little worried about our emails right now, Stan.
Yeah, so this is something that's been going on for a little while, but now it's resurged in a major way, and a lot of people are receiving them. They're email blackmail. Some experts are calling them sextortion emails because primarily what they do is they claim that they have inside knowledge of what you've been doing and what you've been doing on your computer, and that they've recorded everything that you're doing, and they're going to then release this unknown information to all of your friends and colleagues and anyone who's in your contact list. Now, what makes these scary is that they contain a lot of personal information. So they've got your name, and they have a password that you may have used in the past.
Okay.
These passwords were gathered primarily from a hack of LinkedIn many years ago, and so this info is floating on the dark web. So if you get one of these, it means that you are on the dark web somewhere. If you're still using that password, that's a real problem. You're gonna want to change that. But most people aren't using these passwords. They date back, to 2012 or something.
So when you get an email like this, what are you supposed to do? You probably get a little bit nervous and freaked out and think that you want to do what the email says, but what should your first step be?
Well, what they want you to do is they want you to give them $900 in Bitcoin, which is a cryptocurrency for those people who don't know. And they even include in the email a link to how to buy cryptocurrency and pay them for those people who don't know. Exactly, very convenient. It's really freaky, even if you know you're completely innocent, which most people who receive these are, they send it to like millions of people.
Hopefully just get one, right?
Yeah, and the only thing I've gotten several in the course of the last year. They usually go to your spam box automatically, okay? But it's scary when you first look at it because it's got your name and it's got your password. Some have death threats in them, actually.
Oh my gosh.
And they'll say things like, "We know where your kid goes to school," things like this. It's really, really scary. But in fact, it's just spam. So, you want to ignore it. But we've had clients come in to GoGeeks, like pale and shaking, saying they've received this thing, what are they going to do? How can they pay? Should they pay? And you only need a very small percentage, as you know, in any scam, of people to fall for it and actually pay it. Since it's Bitcoin and it's cryptocurrency, it's almost untraceable.
Wow, very scary. So what's your best advice?
My best advice is, first of all, change your passwords, all right? And especially if you see a password, if you get this and you see a password in there that have you used in the past, well, obviously that's out there. So make sure you're not using that password anywhere else, okay? And then beyond that, don't do anything. Don't respond to the email, just delete it. It doesn't mean anything, but it will frighten many, many people. And the fact is that it claims that there's malware on your system. It claims that it knows when you've opened the email. People who don't have anything on their computer, anything to hide, they wonder, could something have been downloaded on their system by somebody else in their home, by a guest, whatever. And so, people are concerned about their whole life being ruined because it's letting you believe they've got onto your email, so they have access to all your contacts. And just think about all the people that you might have as a safe contact.
So it's almost like, in a way, then, just like with the phone scams where we see, don't say anything or just hang up, and then, in this case, either change your password or don't respond.
Yeah, you should probably change your passwords anyway. I preach that story
especially
all the time.
the LinkedIn one.
Right. And I always say people, the two most important things to do in the computer world today is change your passwords and get your computer checked out by a pro to make sure that, it hasn't been infected, that there is no malware on it. But this email doesn't mean anything. In other words, there's no connection to it. So you could be dead or you could have no computer and you're still going to get this. So just keep that in mind. Don't be scared, but be safe.
And lastly, if somebody does see this, how do they get in touch with you or somebody, a pro like that?
Well, GoGeeks is East Longmeadow, GoGeeks.com, but the key is any pro can help you.
That's right.